Yeah, it's easier, I think, because I'm going to speak.
Hi, I'm Kelly De La Rocha, a poet, journalist, and founder of Poem Renovation, a web-based word challenge that promotes literacy, creativity, and social-emotional learning. 40 years ago, I was a distraught teenager. My parents were divorcing, and I turned to poetry writing as a way to make sense of my turbulent emotions. During COVID, when I was once again faced with anxiety and isolation, I found new meaning in those old poems by rearranging their words. That experience became the scaffolding for Poem Renovation. We are focused on the K-12 student population, which is still struggling to overcome the pandemic's effects on their mental health and academic performance. Social emotional learning, the process of developing self-control, self-awareness, and interpersonal skills slid backward during the pandemic lockdown, and literacy rates, which were problematic before the pandemic, dropped even further. Poem Renovation is a tool that helps students to sort out and communicate thoughts and feelings in a novel way. EdTech competitors such as Wayfinder offer complex curriculums. That's not us. We offer a confidence-building enrichment activity that encourages creativity and also something else, I'm not gonna self-expression. Lots of things, really. Our software is simple to use. Everyday site visitors are presented with a scrambled snippet of literature. They choose words that resonate with them, then move them around on a digital canvas to create something new. There are no rules. The sole objective is to create. Poem Renovation has been beta tested by more than 600 students. Our crowdfunding campaign raised $5,000, and we are presently seeking additional funding for research and go-to-market software upgrades. Once those are complete, we are going to approach the fast-growing microschool and homeschool market and work with the hub. And then we are going to advance to speaking with the public and private school communities, and eventually we are going to transition and diversify our product into the mental health and continuing care communities. Our team, presently all volunteers, includes a Harvard-educated coder, amazing academic advisors, and an executive with decades of experience in the digital media industry, not pictured are my SCORE mentor, Kathleen Thompson, and our graphic designers, Jen Osgar and Jean Burry. Our software is presently free to use, so instead of Wordle, tomorrow, try this. PoemRenovation.com, no rules, just create.
So can you talk a little bit more about your strategy and competition?
Okay, so our competition is EdTech companies. Like I said, Wayfinder is one that is a social emotional learning curriculum. There are companies such as Storybird and BrainPop, which offer extensive curriculums. Wayfinder is one that focuses right on social emotional learning. The others are more literacy based, but they are a complex curriculum. What's really nice about Poem Renovation is it's a quick activity, often used as a warm-up in the beginning of class. I've had homeroom teachers who are using it as something to occupy the students in a fun and educational way when they have a few minutes. So it's something that can be quick, although you can expand it out to take up the whole period if you want. It's great for the homeschooling families as well. There's lots of opportunity to talk about figurative language, to talk about, we're all starting with the same words and we come up with different things with this exercise. So we can talk about voice, we can talk about perspective, lots of opportunities to build it out into a lesson as well.
And if you could just flesh out your marketing strategy for me.
So the marketing strategy is, we are pre-revenue right now. And what we plan to do is first start with the homeschool and microschool communities, because that will be the easiest place for us to enter into the market. Then we'll advance to the private school sector, and then the public schools will be the most lucrative, but they are the hardest to get into because there are so many layers to get through as far as security, privacy, things like that.
Thank
Yes?
That was gonna be my question, like, how is your data stored? Are you FERPA compliant?
Well, that's what we're working on that in our next iteration of the software, and that's what we're looking for funding for, so that we can get to that level. And I'm working with software providers that are well aware of all of the security measures that we need to adhere to, so that will happen soon.
Have you guys thought about any accessibility intersections as far as like people who might be blind, or activating some type of audio component to it?
We have talked about that and hope to have that in the next iteration, yes.
Mark?
My understanding is you're taking existing poems, rearranging them and so forth. Might there be any copyright issues?
Well, what we're doing is we're taking snippets of poems that are in the public domain. The literature that we use, we're only using between 30 and 40 words for any of it with proper attribution. And we're also promoting up-and-coming poets and authors and songwriters with their permission. We have different days when we will feature those authors, and it's a way to promote their work so we can work together at the Key Bookstore as well. And also there's potential for us to partner perhaps with some place like Penguin Random House, which has new authors to promote. We could do something with them as well.
Would that be a revenue share? So if you can sell more of their poems and books?
One last question. How engaging do you think it's gonna be for the older kids in high school? Because I know you don't have a lot of free time in high school, and even now in college, I think it's a great idea for the younger kids to play around, figure it out, but I'm not sure how engaged the high school teenagers will be.
I have done some work with high schoolers, and where it becomes interesting for them is the self-expression component. And looking at those words and seeing how you can make them say what you're feeling, what you're thinking. This isn't something that you win, it's something you create with. So that's where I've seen it be very interesting to the students who are interested as well in writing things. Because you've only got a set number of words. You are forced to create with just those. You're not getting an extra and, you're not getting an extra the, you're not getting that at all. What can you make with what you have? And it forces you to make really cool word combinations that you never would think of before. So that's another aspect of it.
Thank you.